All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for a breaking news, Chelsea breaking news. This is, I think we all knew this was going to happen, but the fact that it's happened so quickly kind of shocks me a little bit. And also the fact that he was apparently asked to stick around. Petr Cech, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are talking about. Petr Cech leaves Chelsea Football Club. Legend, obviously, for Chelsea Football Club, undoubtedly. I remember, watching his whole career at Chelsea Football Club. It was just amazing. What a personality, what a character for Chelsea Football Club. It all epitomizes with that vision of how he saved that penalty. During that penalty in 2012 Champions League when we won. And that whole campaign, he was unbelievable. But obviously, since then he left, he went to Arsenal. He actually won an FA Cup over there, came back, and then became the technical advisor, director, something like that. But most importantly, he gave us Mendy. And also during Super League, he was the guy who was extremely prominent in making sure the fans were calmed down. And yeah, he was a great, he was the one, he was the face in front of the fans to ensure that the Super League wasn't going to happen. So anyway, as time has gone on, and obviously now we're in the new ownership, apparently Todd Boehly has asked him to stick around, and he's sort of said he feels like this is the right time to go. I find that a bit strange. I really do find that a bit strange. Look, there may not be anything there, but, if Petr Cech was asked to stick around, I just thought maybe a personality like him who loves Chelsea Football Club so much would have stuck around. And his involvement in this particular window would have been invaluable. It really would have been invaluable. But we're going to get into all of that. We're going to look into the week. This is an important week for me. I feel like we need to get some sort of transfer deals done or get it as close as possible to getting done. There's a lot of answers we're going to get. We're going to get answers in regards to Ousmane Dembele because 30th of June is just around the corner. We're going to hopefully get some answers around Jules Kounde because at the end of the day, didn't Sevilla need to balance their books as well? We're going to hopefully get some information about Raheem Sterling. So we're going to talk about all of that. De Ligt as well. We're going to talk about all of that. But before we do that, 70 of you guys are live right now. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 70 immediately. This is going to be a very, very good live show, and I want to see what you guys have to say about this Petr Cech situation as well. But let's get some of these super chats. Valan has been absolutely mad with these super chats. Thank you so much, Valan. Honestly, you're one of the biggest contributors in regards to super chats for this particular channel. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that has been providing super chats as well. Valan, seems like Boehly likes Portuguese-speaking individuals, seeing how Mendes and now Maxwell names being reported might show direction in scouting transfer. Yeah, look, Maxwell one just came up recently. I didn't know we were linked with Maxwell, but I think I saw it from Fabrizio Romano saying that Maxwell's name is in there. Obviously, Michael Edwards' name's in there. Michael Imanelo's name was there, but Edwards heavily in there. But Maxwell, yeah. Apparently, he was already helping out in PSG. I didn't know. I didn't know that Maxwell was involved. It feels like it wasn't that long ago that he was still a player. Maybe I've just been under the rocks for a little while. Yeah, Maxwell to me not that long ago. Well, maybe it was a while ago. I feel like he just not that long ago. He used to play for AC Milan. I think he played for PSG as well. But anyway, I had no idea he was doing the assistant role in PSG in regards to the director. Sporting director. So I'm not sure how experienced Maxwell is, if I'm being absolutely honest. I'd rather go for this is the one. Valen, thank you once again for the super chat. Seems that the new sporting director would be one of his one of this five. Andre Berta, Paul Mitchell, Michael Edwards, Maxwell PSG, and Eminella. Look, yeah, Michael Edwards is a heavy one. Michael Edwards is apparently one that we are really, really trying to chase. Whether that happens or not, I'm not really sure. But yeah, Michael Edwards is someone I would be absolutely thrilled. The transformation he did in Liverpool, if he could do that with us, but apparently he wants to take some break away from football. He really didn't want to do this for a little while. Can we get him excited again about a new project? God knows. God knows. We'll see. We'll see. Once again, another super chat from Valen. Thank you so much for this. Hopefully, Ballack would return with Cech leaving. I mean, I've seen this being touted around. Can someone tell me? I know is Michael Ballack part of anything to do with Bayern Munich at the moment? Let me just have a quick look. Michael Ballack. He's doing something there now. Michael Ballack. Yeah, guys, let me know in the live chat. Is Michael Ballack, is he in a job? I just thought maybe he was in Bayern Munich or maybe involved with Germany, something like that. What's he involved in? In retirement, Ballack moved into broadcasting and he's provided punditry for many television channels, including BBC, Sky, ESPN, most recently BT Sports. Okay, so he's done punditry. Yeah. Surely, I mean, at what capacity are we asking for? Because I saw his name sort of going around. But at what capacity are we asking for Michael Ballack to come back to? Like, surely he's not a DOF. Or are we sort of looking at... Isn't Ballack a club ambassador for us? I don't think... I could be wrong. Maybe he is. Live chat, let me know if Michael Ballack is a club ambassador. Pundit for ESPN, there you go. I think Ballack has been a pundit only. Yeah, I thought he was just a pundit. And I mean, at what capacity do I? Surely not as a director of football. I don't think he's got any experience as a director of football. We need someone who's got experience. If we want him as a club ambassador, no problems. But I just want to know, I've got no issues with Michael Ballack coming in, but I want him to do a role. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want him to just come into Chelsea Football Club and become a club ambassador. What does a club ambassador do? What is their role? Like I don't want to just get all these people, all of our, all these superstars, even legends, coming back to Chelsea Football Club and just do any sort of role. Like the role has to make sense to me. Do you know what I mean? I think Ballack has been a pundit only. Wait, is it De Ligt going to Chelsea? Yeah, look, we're going to talk about that. Apparently it's getting closer. Let's check Absolute Chelsea's tweet. Okay, let's check out Absolute Chelsea's tweet. Is it in regards to this? Let's have a look at Absolute Chelsea. Let me see if I can bring this up for you guys. Let's put it that way. Michael Edwards and Paul Mitchell are the two names Chelsea are looking at for sporting director role. That absolutely makes sense to me, and that's coming from Ben Jacobs. And if I'm being absolutely honest, I would trust Ben Jacobs heavily on this particular matter. He seems, during the whole ownership situation, he had a lot of close information. Maybe he's got some sort of intel in regards to Todd Boehly and whatnot. So this is good. This is good news. Paul Mitchell and Michael Edwards. Paul Mitchell from Monaco. We all know what kind of madness he's done over there, the caliber of players that he was able to get. And of course, Michael Edwards, we've talked about. But before we get into all of that, ladies and gentlemen, as I always like to do, a shout out to each and every one of you guys that has joined. We've got Marvo, we've got Sai Krishna, Jansen, Coach's Corner, we've got Fallon, obviously, RN. We've got Daniel, good to see you, my man. Love your truth bombs, top content. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, of course. Tariq, good to see you. Fuad, good to see you. Matt Chels, good to see you, my man. Point 44, Sound Factory. We've got Corey, Mr. P, Jeremy, Surfs, RS7. Michelle Cunningham is here. Good to see you, Michelle. The Blues, Kerry, Alex Whalen. We've got FZ City, Kevin S, The Undertaker, CFC is here. Frederick is here. We've got who else? We've got Sugante is here. Tibe is here. Princeton, Dave, Akil, Bonolo, TS, Clicks, Ayman. Oh, this is a lot of people, man. I love it. I love it. Kelly, Harish, Oljo, Abdurazak, my man. Good to see you. Okay. Sai Krishna has given me a tweet as well. Let me have a quick look at this tweet before we get into our topics. We'll start off with the Czech situation, but we'll slowly move into the transfer market. Sai, thank you so much for this one. This one I've actually got that opened up. So thank you heaps for that. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's going on. Petr Cech, technical and performance advisor, will leave his role effective 30th June. I just want to read something out from The Athletic. What was Cech's role at Chelsea? I think some of you guys might want to know this. So, as a player, Cech conducted himself in a way that marked him out as a natural fit for an executive role. He was one of the number of senior players who spoke directly to Chelsea board, as well as to Roman Abramovich himself. He also built a good working relationship with Granovskaia when it became clear she had been entrusted and empowered by the owner to oversee the club's day-to-day football operations. As a director, despite the slightly ambiguous job title, he had an influence on all the big picture football conversations at Chelsea. The precise nature of Cech's role under the broad umbrella of technical and performance advisor has gradually evolved. Much of his time was still spent working out of his office at Cobham to ensure that all of the Chelsea's various footballing departments are on the same page. But he also now carried out more outward-facing functions, such as speaking to the media after Abramovich was sanctioned. He was a decision maker within the recruitment structure, while his emotional and intellectual intelligence was regarded as a significant asset in navigating the sensitive situation which arise at an elite club. It sounds like he was kind of doing like a director of football role. It feels like that's what he was kind of doing. And maybe the fact that all these rumors about, that we're looking at getting a new director of football, he probably just made a decision that, you know what, I'm leaving. You find your own guy. It feels like the right time to leave. But I wish he stuck around just to see us through this phase and then left when we got the new guy in. From that perspective is where I'm a little bit shocked that he's just left like that, because it kind of looks like he was doing a director of football role anyway. But yeah, it's interesting. I want to really see what you guys feel about it. I wanted to just bring this up as well from Nizar Kinsella. It's a classy statement from Petr Cech. He leaves Chelsea after 3 years, leaving a legacy of bringing Edouard Mendy to the club with the help of Christopher Lolichon. He has been a pleasure to deal with in this spell, notably calming fans down after the Super League announcement. Exactly, that Super League situation was brilliantly held by Petr Cech. And also, we thank him for Edouard Mendy massively. And I believe he was very much involved with the Tchouaméni situation as well. Apparently, he was pushing for the Tchouaméni deal to happen. Of course, our scouts thought otherwise in that situation. So, yeah. And this was, in Nizar's earlier tweet, exclusively reported that Petr Cech was considering his future. Unsurprisingly, he has opted to leave after major changes following Chelsea's recent takeover. I think this is something we really need to understand as well, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't get sacked. He left. He was actually asked by Todd Boehly to stay. This is what's actually going around, that he was asked by Todd Boehly to stay. Let's have a quick look at this particular article as well. Petr Cech to leave technical and performance advisor role. Chelsea Football Club today announces that Petr Cech, technical and performance advisor, will leave his role effective 30th June. Since his appointment 3 years ago, Cech has provided advice and guidance on all football and performance matters throughout the club while strengthening the links between the men's and academy team. Seems like it was a director of football kind of role. Anyway, Cech said it has been a huge privilege to perform this role at Chelsea for the past 3 years with the club under new ownership. I feel now is the right time for me to step aside. I'm pleased that the club is now in an excellent position with the new owners, and I'm confident of this future success both on and off the pitch. Todd Boehly, chairman and co-controlling owner, said Peter is an important member of the Chelsea family. We understand his decision to step away and thank him for his contributions as an advisor and his commitment to the club and to our community. We wish him the best. We've got, so this is, Peter's an important member. We understand decision to step away. So it's all the same stuff. So we'll come back to this. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know. Let me know how you feel about Petr Cech leaving. I think, look, if he wanted to leave, fine. I'm happy with that. We need a proper director of football anyway. I just find it a bit strange that he's left so quickly like this. He could have just seen this particular transfer away. Now Todd Boehly is all by himself. Honestly, Todd's come in, new owner. I don't really think he knows everything about football, especially European football and all the agents and whatnot. I know he's going out there and trying to meet all these agents. He's pretty much apparently living in the plane because he's traveling left, right, and center, speaking to Thomas Tuchel, going to speak to Jorge Mendes, one of the super agents. So he's going out there, he's contacting people, getting to know people, but it seems like everything is on Todd Boehly at the moment, which I'm worried, man. He needs help. I'm just worried that it's all going to be Thomas Tuchel and Todd Boehly. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's see. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Benefits of Edwards builds a team with players tailor-made for the coach. Mitchell, sports talent before they explode. I love this, man. Both are great. Both are great. Either way, I'm absolutely okay. At the end of the day, you do need a bit of Edwards. A lot of Edwards builds a team with the players tailor-made for the coach. And Mitchell, you need that quality as well. Sports talent before they explode. You need to find gems all over the place. We cannot be going for the biggest names out there all the time. Certain times we need to do that, but a lot of the times we have to get gems before they explode. So 100% understand. Okay, let's see what you guys have to say about this. It's funny, the poor scouts aren't going nowhere. Peter was a bridge in learning that DOF role. Exactly, yeah. I think scouts are next. So we've got Marina gone, Bruce Buck gone, Petr Cech. Why are scouts around? Scouts need to go. What's his name? Scott McLaughlin. Is that his name? Scott McLaughlin, the head scout or whatever. He needs to go. He needs to go. We should hire legends. I mean, tell me, Jensen, why do you want to hire legends? Like, sure, they would have to have some role. They can't just simply ask them to come in and just take up a spot and get some wages for. You got to do a job. What is your job? What is your job title? Seems like our scouting department has 9 lives. They got to go. Scouts has to be the next. No one got sacked, to be honest. Everybody understood their time has come to an end. Yeah, look, no one did get sacked, but I think Bruce Buck might have been shafted away, though. I think Bruce Buck, he didn't think he was going to move because he was under the impression when the new owners pitched their proposal that he was going to stick around. But obviously, quickly, as soon as Todd Boehly became, the owner, along with the consortium, the entire consortium, I think Bruce Buck kind of started to realize that I don't think I can be a chairman anymore. RS7, can he be a backup keeper? He probably could still. Petr Cech probably could. How's it going, people? Maybe it's a good thing to overhaul everything. Maybe it is, but to overhaul everything in one hit like that, and leaving it all for Todd Boehly and Thomas Tuchel to sort of work through in a very important transfer window where rivals are strengthening. Yeah, it can get. I thought maybe Petr Cech would have just stuck around just for this window at least, but I guess then he's not. Boehly's on his Todd, you could say. Now where everybody left related to transfer wonder how Boehly can handle everything alone. This is what I'm worried about. This is something that I'm really worried about. And it's not just Todd Boehly. I guess Thomas Tuchel will have to help out Todd Boehly massively as well. I'm afraid that Cech knows something we don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about whether he knows something we don't, or maybe he just didn't feel it anymore. Just, maybe he thought that he felt a little bit unwanted, perhaps. Mitchell will be great for Cobham and for the self-sustaining route. Ms. Check Vince's tweet regarding Dembele. I saw that. I've got that covered. Don't worry. I'll bring that up. This is not NFL, baseball, and NBA. This is Premier League football, different kettle of fish. Does Boehly know what he's doing? I hope he does. I truly hope he does know what he's doing. Boehly is useless being back roam. Come on, man. Boehly is useless so quickly. Imagine Cech first signing. I mean, look, perhaps Petr Cech just thought that my position's up for grabs anyway. There's a director of football position that Chelsea's looking for, and he just thought that best to probably leave now and give the new guy complete autonomy of the role, so the new guy can come in and do stuff his way. I just wonder when the new guy is going to come in. I didn't think the new director of football was going to happen in this particular transfer window. I just thought that maybe there's a lot to happen this transfer window, man. Wow. Amount of players that need to leave, amount of players that need to come in, director of football. It just seems like there's a lot that we need to do this window. It's mad. And pre-season is just around the corner. Like literally pre-season is about a week away. I'm worried. How are we going to do all of this surely there's not enough time to do all of this. And then everyone to gel in, have that chemistry, understand each other. It's pretty crazy. I guess this is probably why Todd Boehly has given Thomas Tuchel all the power. Thomas Tuchel pretty much runs the club now. I swear to you, Thomas Tuchel runs the club. And Todd Boehly, I suppose, is the guy who's doing the negotiations, bringing players in and whatnot. At the end of the day, Thomas Tuchel is like the director of football. He's the manager. He's the coach. He's all in one at the moment. I'm worried, honestly, guys. Learning literally on the job for Todd isn't good. It's overwhelming for him. Yeah, it would be overwhelming. He literally has no one now. No Marina, no Buck, no Petr Cech. So he's having to learn. How do you do a transfer deal, Todd? Todd Boehly, do you know how to fax a request? Do you know how to initiate a transfer? Can you get the Raheem Sterling deal done? Can you get a free agent like Ousmane Dembele done? Do you know the steps? Is there like a step 1, 2, 3, a process checklist of how to hire, how to recruit people, how to I suppose sell players as well? It's going to be quite interesting. Okay, let's go on to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about some transfers now. It's very, very important we talk about all of this. I'm just going to bring this up. Let's go directly to Simon Phillips. He's always up to date with the latest, so let's go there. Yeah, we'll look into that a bit later on. I don't really want to talk too much about the Rafinha stuff now. All right, let's start from here. Juventus have given the okay for Timo Werner being part of the negotiations for Chelsea to sign Matthijs De Ligt. There is still distance for the agreement, but Chelsea are convinced they can close the deal. This is good. This is good. Ladies and gentlemen, this week is an important week. I made a video yesterday, and I just want to clarify a few things, right? Because I don't know how many of you guys watched my recent Truth Bomb, which was the last video. Some of you guys have taken that in a negative manner, and I don't know why. I got a few Instagram messages as well, which I'm not happy about. A few people trying to sort of harass me and whatnot and saying, oh, Miz, I didn't expect that from you, that particular video. I'm not even sure if that video was ruthless at all. It wasn't even a rant. It wasn't even malicious. It wasn't even abusive. It was a fan simply showing concern. It was a fan that's worried about what's going to happen to the football club. Just a worried fan that there are rivals out there that are strengthening. And I was just a bit concerned that Thomas Tuchel, the pressure is on. And yes, of course, Todd Boehly, the pressure is on. Next season, look, I've got no doubt we're going to do our business. We're going to bring in our players. But next season, the pressure will be on Thomas Tuchel when we bring on the players. We will have the players ready. I've got no doubt Todd Boehly will ensure Thomas Tuchel gets the players. But for me, I'm just a bit worried with the way Spurs are moving, the way Arsenal's moving. Top four is going to be difficult battle. Look at this one, Sashi. Sashi saying, Miz, you Tuchel out. What? Why would I be Tuchel out? What? How does a fan come to that conclusion? That are you someone else? Why would anyone want to be a manager out now? Why would anyone want to be Tuchel out? What has given anyone the impression that I'm Tuchel out? Have I not got the right to at least ask questions or be concerned? Were we happy with everything that we saw last season? I know a lot had nothing to do with him, but in terms of being in the football field, were we happy with what we saw? Are we happy with how our forward players haven't seemed to click? Are we happy with the way we defended at the end of last season? Do you know what I mean? Are we happy that we still persevered with wing-back football when we didn't have wing-backs? These are just legitimate questions. This is not Thomas. I want Thomas Tuchel to stay at Chelsea Football Club forever. Forever. This guy's done a lot for us. The fact that what a tumultuous season it was and we still came third, it just makes me think if he gets everything right, we're going to clean up. But I don't think fans should be demeaned or insulted or looked down upon if they ask questions. Like me as a fan, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are probably somewhat concerned about next season. We haven't had anyone come in as yet, and I get that. We had sanctions, we had the new ownership, Todd Boehly now has no help. I get that. I understand it. But I'm just concerned though. Do I not have the right to be concerned about where all our situation's going? All the players that need to go every day, some other player not being happy, Christian Pulisic not happy, Ziyech apparently now negotiating on his own, much like Lukaku did with his Inter. Ziyech is out there negotiating his future with AC Milan and so on and so forth. Pulisic is up there as well. Timo Werner, like all of the, I'm just concerned what's going to happen. What's happening with Marcos Alonso? What's happening with Azpilicueta? What are we doing with players coming in? What's happening with Ousmane Dembele? What's happening with Jules Kounde? Asking these questions doesn't mean that I'm Thomas Tuchel out. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Ms. Check Nizar Kinsella tweet. Okay. Let's check it out. We can get back to that De Ligt situation very soon again. What am I checking out, man? Exclusive Petr Cech. We've already talked about that. Maybe he wants us to check this thread. It's also worth noting that Thomas Tuchel loved working with Petr Cech and Marina Granovskaia in the unique Chelsea structure. Owner, chairman, sporting director Todd Boehly has now given Tuchel more control over transfers in return for letting some of his allies leave. Okay. Petr Cech and Marina Granovskaia also wanted to keep Romelu Lukaku for another year at Chelsea. There was that early difference of opinion with Todd Boehly. He wants the coach to be at the heart of transfers like Liverpool to try avoid these mistakes. I have full confidence that he will bounce back. He will have a strong season. Chelsea technical and performance advisor Petr Cech says he still believes Romelu Lukaku has a future with the club despite strong links of return to Inter Milan. Look, maybe that was the case. Maybe the difference of opinion, he just didn't want all of that around. Todd Boehly, and he wanted to ensure that Thomas Tuchel had the ultimate say at everything. And in order to do that, in order to have the ultimate say, you need to give him full power. You need to give him full power. And when he has full power, that means others will need to go. Others will need to go. And that's exactly what has happened. Negative greater than positive. Check PYS tweet. Oh, man, you guys are making me check all these tweet, and I can't seem to keep a track of what I want to talk about. Yeah. Petr Cech and Marina wanted to keep Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, we went through that. Okay. So we are now talking about De Ligt. Juventus have given the okay for Timo Werner being part of the negotiations for Chelsea to sign Matthijs De Ligt. There is still distance for the agreement, but Chelsea are convinced they can close the deal. Look, this is good. Hopefully, looks like Juventus wants Timo Werner, which is great, and I think it would suit them as well. They need, I guess, some firepower up front. Dembele gone, Chiesa, the injury, ACL, God knows how he's going to come out. So obviously there is a vacancy there, and Timo Werner, along with Vlahovic, Pogba, they're apparently interested in Hakim Ziyech as well. Hakim Ziyech's market in Italy is quite good, so watch this space with Hakim Ziyech as well. Look, I'm absolutely fine with this, and we dropped a video yesterday in regards to De Ligt, how he could work along with Ryan. Hopefully you guys have seen that, and it seems like De Ligt would be used as a sweeper. I suppose someone who plays in the middle CB. He can play either side, either right side or left side, but I think he'll probably used as a middle CB and act as a sweeper defender, much like what he used to do for Ajax as well. So you still need to be very good in terms of ball distribution, which he is, and this is probably something he wasn't able to do in Juventus. So look, this player now slowly starting to make a lot more sense when you actually think about from a tactical point of view. And the fact that he's 22, yes, he hasn't had the best time at Juventus. Apparently, he can be a bit rash every now and then. He can apparently just rush into things. But I think as he matures, it'll get better. And once he gets coached and managed by Thomas Tuchel, I'm sure he will pick up those bits and pieces as well to develop himself to a better centre back. And of course, working alongside Thiago Silva will be very, very good. But I'm happy. Look, if we are able to do this trade, and it all depends how much they value Timo Werner, because they're saying that there is still a distance for the agreement. I mean, what distance? How much? We've talked about this previously. Timo Werner is at least worth 35 to 40 million. Minimum 40 million. I would have to say minimum 40 million. They need an attacker. And Timo Werner, yes, he might not have banged with us, but at the end of the day, he could possibly do that for Juventus. There's some good references. Timo Werner played a really good match against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals, last season, the one that we played at the Bernabeu when we were leading 3-0. We ended up losing the tie, but Timo Werner was very good. So there's good reference that he could still be a very good player. So if Timo Werner is 40 million, and we saw reports that De Ligt's worth about 65, we should only be paying 25 to 30 million more. I don't understand why is there still a distance between the agreement. I hope we can sort that distance out and move Timo Werner towards Juventus, a player that we probably want to ship out, and the wages as well. And wages is a bit of a concern. I think that might be a bit of an issue when negotiating personal terms with Juventus. Timo Werner will have to take a wage cut. Unfortunately, he'll have to take a wage cut. And if he doesn't take a wage cut, then we are screwed. Then this whole situation doesn't happen. And I don't think any of the Italian clubs are in any position to pay Timo Werner that level of money. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens there. Valent, thank you so much for the super chat. LVG told Timber to stay. LVG told De Ligt to CFC. There you go. Louis van Gaal told De Ligt to CFC. We've got Uncle Sharma in the house, moment. I don't think Juve will sell him for any less than 80 million. Okay, if he's 80 million pounds. Apparently it was 80 million euros. Last I saw was about 70 million euros, which is approximately about 60 million pounds. 80 million pounds is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. How much would Timo Werner go for? 40 million minimum. And then fine, you pay 40 million as the difference. Maybe we could do that for maybe we can have the deal for about 35, I suppose. But yeah, Marvel, you're right. 70 to 80 million euros. That's exactly what I saw as well. 65 million, I think you're right. Werner is 30 million, in my opinion, based on recent form. If it's 40 and Werner happy days, yeah, look, Matt Chelsea's happy. Maybe that's not bad. If it's 40 plus Werner, I think that's all right. I mean, if you're able to offload a player that we don't want and bring in a player for 40 million, I think that's perfect. Wages, however, how much wages are we going to pay De Ligt? He was apparently on good wages as well at Juventus, so he's going to have to think about calming down a little bit on the wages too. Personal terms will be tough, I think. I think maybe both clubs could find a deal. Personal terms for both players could be a bit of an issue, I personally think. De Ligt was the highest paid player in Serie A. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah. Personal terms for both the players might be a bit of an issue. I hope this still happens. I think this could be a situation where both the clubs, they agree, but the players, that could take a bit of time. And I just don't want things to be dragged out too much, if I'm being absolutely honest. If Chilwell has 190k, De Ligt should get 220. Yeah. I think he's on more than that though. I think he might be on 250 or something in Juventus. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. Apparently, as Uncle Sharma just said, he was the highest paid player in Serie A. So look, 200k. I think we were looking to pay that to Jules Kounde. And these days, these caliber of defenders are probably going to earn that level of money. So 200k is probably the right amount. I hear what you're saying. If Chilwell gets 190k, De Ligt 220. But Chilwell now has history with Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's done well at Chelsea Football Club. I feel like someone like De Ligt, he hasn't had a great time at Juventus. So there should be some discount then. And it should be incentivized. Like, if you do well, all right, your salary will go up. I don't think from the get-go it should be that much. But yeah, would you take Cristiano at Chelsea if we had no other striker options? Man, I know this news was out the other day. Look, I'll be honest, he'll come in, he's a goal scorer. There's no doubt about that. Cristiano Ronaldo is an absolute goal scorer. He will bang in goals. But isn't this the exact thing that Thomas Tuchel wants to stay away from? He would have to change his style. And Thomas Tuchel, from the history, if you look back, he's had forward packs that are very mobile. I suppose besides PSG, where Neymar, he had to accommodate a little bit for Neymar. Maybe in this case, he'll have to accommodate for Cristiano Ronaldo. But, you know, Thomas Tuchel talks about the fluid front three. He wants his players to press. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo would be doing all that pressing. And I've watched a few matches last season for Man United with Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not saying Cristiano Ronaldo is lazy or anything like that. Not at all. But he ain't going to be running 24/7. He's not going to be pressing 24/7. So, look, he's definitely going to finish chances. Like all the chances that Lukaku got this season, all the chances that many of our forwards got. If Ronaldo got those chances, he's banging in those chances. But we would have to change our setup a little bit. We would have to change our system a little bit to accommodate the fact that Ronaldo is probably not going to be always chasing around, not going to be pressing all the time. Defensively, like Thomas Tuchel is very heavy on defending from the front. So look, I would love to have Ronaldo. I really would. Who wouldn't? He's someone I loved growing up watching. I would love to own a Ronaldo jersey with, Chelsea Ronaldo jersey, but I just don't want to fall into this whole sentiment situation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want something that's going to work out for Thomas Tuchel. At the end of the day, I want Thomas Tuchel to stay long as a manager and be successful. I just don't think Ronaldo is the right one. Let's have a look at some of your comments here. It's hard to convert in weekly wages. In Italy, they report an yearly net wage, but he earns around 11 to 12 million euros net a year after bonuses. Okay. I think that's approximately about 200,000 as well, just a tad over 200,000. Yeah. Keep the blue flag flying high, saying, why didn't we give Rudy that 200K? Hey, ask Marina. Ask Marina that. Ms. Todd met with Mendes, Nuri, Felix, and Rafael Leao are his clients. Exactly, man, exactly. Big no to Neymar or Ronaldo for me. And Neymar is another, like, look, Neymar's got injury issues, man. Like, when was the last time he played a lot of matches in league level? On top of that, he's got 5 years. He's got 5 years at PSG. Like, PSG will trigger at the end of June. There'll be another 1 year triggered for Neymar. The amount of money would have to pay to get rid of to get Neymar out of PSG is going to be incredible. And then wages. He's on some astronomical wages. He will literally have to take like a 50% pay cut. It's just not going to happen. And then on top of that, come to the Premier League and he's going to get chopped. He will get chopped up. And before you know, we're paying for his medical bills besides him playing. I would love a player like Neymar. He's all charisma, all flair, but maybe not now. Maybe when Neymar first went to Barcelona, maybe then get him in. Like, why are we trying to get these players when they're, in their 30s? I'm pretty sure Neymar's in his 30s. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, nearly 300 of you guys are live. Please smash the like button. Let's see how many likes we've got. We're going to talk about Raheem Sterling now. 83 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get those likes up to 200 immediately. We're going to try and get some more of your comments as we go through. Raheem Sterling. Manchester City will now focus on Raheem Sterling deal after selling Gabriel Jesus, with Chelsea preparing a new bid. So, Gabriel Jesus has gone to Arsenal Football Club, and now the sole focus should be on Raheem Sterling. There shouldn't be anything holding us to getting this particular deal done soon now. Like, seriously, there really shouldn't be any more hurdles. Manchester City and Chelsea Football Club can come to an agreement how much we want to pay. I'm hoping 45 million should do the trick. If Gabriel Jesus was 45 million, I know Raheem Sterling is definitely a better player right now, but they're both on the final year on their contract. I'm hoping 45 million, max 50 with add-ons gets the job done for Raheem Sterling in terms of two clubs agreeing a deal. And then personal terms, he's another player, man, that's going to demand a lot of wages, man. He's on a lot of wages already. But if we can start moving some of, players like Romelu Lukaku, who'll be moved on, of course, he's gone. So his wages, we're going to save on that. Timo Werner, hopefully his wages, we're going to save on that. So maybe we can allocate those wages to Raheem Sterling. So look, there shouldn't be any more hurdles in regards to Raheem Sterling's situation. We need to get this done and dusted. It would be such a great uplift for the team, for Thomas Tuchel, for Todd Boehly as well, to have this player up and running for pre-season. It would be great. It would really, really be great. Obi saying this, you are wrong. I think Jesus is a better player. I don't know, man. I think Sterling at the moment is a better player. Look, Jesus, just because if we say Sterling is a better player than Jesus, that's no disrespect to Jesus. They're both really good players. I really rate Gabriel Jesus as well, and I think it's an excellent purchase for Arsenal Football Club. It's not a disrespect one bit thinking Raheem Sterling is better. But if you think Jesus is better, look, it's up to you, man. It's all perspectives, isn't it? You can think he's better. I can think someone else is better. It's all perspective. I would love Raheem the Dream. Sterling in a Chelsea jersey would look nice. Yes, I cannot wait for that to buy. I wouldn't mind buying a Raheem Sterling jersey. Raheem the Dream. Could getting in Sterling soon open the floodgates for other coming in? No excuses. And well, hopefully it does. Here's one. And also, as I said, this week is important. Ousmane Dembele's situation. Let's actually focus on the Ousmane Dembele situation now. Ousmane Dembele's situation has to be finalized this week. If he wants to stay at Barcelona, 30th of June is the final date. After that, his contract finishes. And then it really is just Chelsea, because I don't think there's any other football club out there that's looking at Ousmane Dembele right now. So this week is huge. So hopefully we do something with the Raheem Sterling situation. And there should be no excuses that the floodgates should open after that. Ousmane Dembele is a big one that should open up. And on top of that, Jules Kounde, apparently Sevilla are looking to balance their books. So what's going on there? What is actually happening with Jules Kounde? With the De Ligt situation, we still need another defender. And Jules Kounde still has to be one considered. Chelsea are said to have sent a firm proposal to sign Ousmane Dembele as a free agent, and his entourage consider it to be a good one. Sports Witness, which is a good publication. Look, I hope we get this done, man. We need a creative winger, and Ousmane Dembele is the right fit. As Ryan has said many a times, and we're going to do a video on wingers very soon. In Thomas Tuchel's system for the front three, he literally looks at those inside forwards as number 10s. Players that can score and create as well. So, Sterling is very capable of scoring. Yes, he's probably more of a scorer, but he can create too. Sterling can create too. Have a look at his assists. Sure, he's more of a scorer. But we can understand why we're getting linked with these type of players. Ousmane Dembele, big-time creative winger. Creative winger. So we need to make sure that we get this done. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Jesus' best season isn't Raheem's top 5. Exactly, man. I mean, look, that's why I was saying that Raheem Sterling is, for me, is a better player now. Could Jesus become an even better player in the future? Perhaps. T1, thank you so much for the super chat. And T1, also, thank you heaps for the super chat on the other day for the premiere, I think yesterday. Obviously, with the premieres, it's hard to read out the super chats because it's a premiere. But thank you heaps for the super chat. Is there a scenario where we sign non-attacking players, but the signing have dramatic impacts on our attackers in a positive way, like a DM, CB, play 4-3-3? Perhaps. This is why a lot of people are saying, get me Declan Rice. Because the whole ideology about getting Declan Rice, and this is how I'm thinking. I don't know what others are thinking when they're thinking about asking for Declan Rice, but this is how I picture us using Declan Rice, is shifting to a back four, but those two defenders will go wide and Declan Rice will come into the middle and make it a 3-man sort of defense. Okay? Declan Rice will be like the sweeper, much like what we are saying now with De Ligt being the sweeper. The RCB and the LCB will go wide. Declan Rice will come in, which will then allow for the 3 at the back, and then you can have 4 midfielders and then 3 up front. It'll end up being like a 3-4-3 anyway. And Declan Rice's sole purpose will be, obviously, in build-up. He will have to have good distribution, but I think it's defensively. Being able to stop the counter transitions, being able to stop the counter attacks, and being able to cut out the passing lanes for the opposition's interceptions and whatnot, and then laying the ball off to the midfielders, to the engineers of the team, I suppose. So, yeah, you could be right, T1. Maybe from that perspective, a player like him could just allow us to have another attacking personnel in the team, which could then perhaps get the best out of the attackers. So that is one of the possibilities. If we could get Dembele and Sterling and De Ligt, we would be stronger. Yeah, look, these 3 signings would make us very, very strong. Dembele, Sterling, De Ligt, but we do need another defender. At the moment, we don't have Rudiger, we don't have Christensen. So we do need to fill out both of those positions. It will definitely make us stronger, but I would need another defender. Jules Kounde has to come in. Jules Kounde has to come in. Jules Kounde and De Ligt, and then we'll see if we play a back three, then Levi Colwill sticks around, and now there's rumors about Levi Colwill possibly leaving. We'll do that on a separate show. But yeah, I would add another defender. If we get Sterling, Dembele, and 2 defenders, I could live with that. Even though as much as I would want a defensive midfielder, but I could live with that. Maybe just go on with Kante and Jorginho for one more season. I guess that's the thing. They only have another season left. So we probably do need to think about a defender, midfielder. Yeah. This is probably why there's been recent reports that we are looking to get something around 5 to 6 new players. Someone's saying, look at Vince's new tweet. Fali Ramadani is in London to negotiate with Chelsea and try to find a way for his client to join Barcelona this summer. Who is Fali Ramadani? Barcelona continue their attempts to sign both Marcos Alonso and Cesar Azpilicueta. Okay. So look at this. Agents in London to negotiate with Chelsea Blues demands key to transfer happening. Barcelona continue their attempts to sign both Marcos Alonso and Cesar Azpilicueta from Chelsea. It's explained Alonso's agent Fali Ramadani is in London to negotiate with Chelsea and try to find a way for his client to join Barcelona this summer. Not so long ago, there was hope in the Catalan media that both players could be signed. Are both of them? Is Azpilicueta's agent Ramadani as well? Do not seem willing to do. Nevertheless, Ramadani will try and broker a deal for Alonso to move. Mundo make it clear that out of the 2 players, Azpilicueta is priority for Barcelona right now. Look, yeah, that's another player. That's another couple of players. This is the thing. This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Alonso, yeah, Alonso agent. Okay. Is any news on Klaus? Nothing at the moment. I haven't seen anything at the moment in regards to Klaus. Only Alonso. Alonso 100% leaving, no doubt about that. He wants to leave, and we should let him go. We should let him. And this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, we're slowly wrap things up. We've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to do in this particular transfer window. Now there's no Petr Cech, no Marina, Bruce Buck, or Todd Boehly and Thomas Tuchel. There's a lot of players that want to go out. We need to find a solution for them. And then obviously this week is very important for hopefully we get advanced in regards to bringing some players in and getting as close as possible. Raheem Sterling, there should be no more hurdles in regards to Raheem Sterling. We should be able to get that job done, get personal terms agreed and whatnot, have an agreement with Man City now that Gabriel Jesus has gone to Arsenal. The league situation could get, in my opinion, could get a bit tricky. I think both clubs can find some sort of a middle ground to make a deal, but personal terms, De Ligt will have to take some sort of a hit in terms of salary. Similarly with Timo Werner, he ain't getting paid 270k one bit at Juventus. No way. So he will have to agree on taking a cut. Ousmane Dembele, 30th of June is the final situation. He needs to make a commitment to Chelsea Football Club. Apparently there is an offer out there now from Sports Witness. His entourage seem to be happy with that package. So we'll see. We'll see. It's very, very interesting. Jules Kounde is another one which will ramp up. As I keep saying, Sevilla looking to balance their books. Come on. What's going on? Let's do it. So yeah, and there's, look, Malang Sarr needs to go as well. So many Ziyech. It's mad. It's mad. Things are going to have to start moving ASAP. I mean, the fact that we got Lukaku done so quickly is quite incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys. Over 300 of you guys are live right now. 112 likes. Much appreciated. If you can get those likes up to 200 plus, that will be very much appreciated. So please do that. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Do not go without subscribing. Make sure you subscribe. And we shall see you guys for a video later tonight, UK time, where it'll be a wrap-up of everything that has happened today. And tomorrow we shall do a live. And hopefully we can get some more news about who's coming in, who's going out. I can see some names in regards to Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well. Ethan Ampadu. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done, bottom line. All right, guys, take care. See ya.